What if all the greatest minds of history, Da Vinci, Einstein, Newton, and all the rest, had to compete in a global game show? Now, I'm talking about an epic showdown that would make even the most intense reality competition look like a walk in the park. Picture this. Geniuses from all eras all in one place, locked in a room together. They're only tasked to outwit, outplay, and outsmart each other in a series of mind-bending challenges. Da Vinci's drawing skills up against Newton's laws of motion, Einstein's theory of relativity facing off with Marie Curie's atomic knowledge. And don't even get me started on Nikola Tesla, who'd probably try to electrify the entire show just for fun. So, how would this massive intellectual clash go down? Let's dive into the chaos, shall we? First of all, we need to set the stage. This is not your average trivia night at the local pub. This is the ultimate intellectual decathlon, where each round is designed to test the limits of human knowledge and creativity. Round 1. Maybe something classic like a quiz show. But instead of questions about geography or pop culture, you've got topics like advanced physics, ancient engineering, or the future of AI. Picture the opening question. What's the formula for calculating the curvature of space-time? Einstein, with his steady hand and knowing grin, would buzz in first, effortlessly answering with the precision of a Swiss watch. But hold on, Da Vinci, with his Renaissance mind and perfect balance of art and science, would already be sketching a solution, while Newton, sitting with that intense look in his eyes, starts deriving laws of motion to prove his answer is more accurate than anyone else's. It's a battle of brains where the stakes are not only winning, but also settling centuries-old debates in real time. Who knew a game show could be so intense? But things really start to heat up in round 2 when the challenges become less about answering questions and more about doing something. Can you imagine Da Vinci and Newton competing in a building challenge? The producers decide to throw in a little twist. Everyone has to build a simple, sustainable machine using basic materials. Da Vinci's brain starts ticking, immediately thinking of flying machines, gear systems, and hydraulic inventions. He's drawing on his vast knowledge of both art and mechanics. Meanwhile, Newton might be thinking about levers and pulleys, his mind calculating the forces needed to create a perfectly balanced contraption. Einstein, he's probably on the sidelines figuring out how to make it all work in relativity terms. Is the machine moving through space-time? He might ask. The rest of the competitors are staring at him like, just build something, man. But Tesla, oh man, Tesla is not letting them have all the fun. He's probably got a wireless energy system zipping around his contraption, shocking everyone into awe. He'd be the guy who shows up to build a basic fan and somehow makes it run on free energy. Next, imagine the creativity portion. Da Vinci, of course, dominates here. We all know the guy could paint, sculpt, invent, and dream up things that hadn't even been thought of yet. But just for a second, let's throw a twist into the creative round. What if it's a fashion challenge? Picture Da Vinci trying to design a futuristic wardrobe or maybe even a robotic suit that could fly. He's thinking about form and function. His famous flying machine ideas would definitely come into play. Newton, meanwhile, might overthink the challenge, calculating the exact weight distribution and ensuring the fabric's resistance to motion is optimal. I imagine he'd spend more time talking about the laws of friction than actually sewing anything. Einstein, on the other hand, might design a fashion line based on space-time, using clothing that seems to distort reality in the best possible way. Time is relative, but style is eternal, he'd say, while everyone else tries to figure out how his line of quantum scarves works. But then, enter Tesla. He'd probably just rig up some electric fabric that could charge your phone while you wore it. Fashion and tech, all in one. And while all the other minds are still arguing over design and fabric, Tesla is already testing his creation by making it light up like a Christmas tree. But, of course, no game show would be complete without some drama, and that's when we get into the psychology of it all. Imagine these brilliant minds, each of them used to being the only one who truly understands the universe in their own time, coming together in this high-pressure environment. There would be alliances, no doubt. Newton and Einstein might bond over their shared love of physics, while Da Vinci and Curie team up to discuss the intersections of science and art. But there would also be rivalries. You know, there would be some serious tension between Da Vinci and Newton. Newton, with his obsession over his laws, would probably look down on Da Vinci's more eclectic, free-flowing approach to science and art. Meanwhile, Da Vinci's genius would probably irk Newton, who was very much the man of logic. And while Curie, the only woman in the group, and a literal trailblazer, would probably try to stay above the drama, you can bet her fierce intelligence would keep everyone on their toes. Then there's the factor of time. Can you imagine Einstein and Newton, for example, sitting side by side, in a room filled with technologies they never could have dreamed of? It's one thing to theorize about something. It's another to actually witness it in action. Imagine them looking at a smartphone or a laptop completely baffled. But you know they wouldn't give up easily. Newton would be sitting there calculating the physics behind a simple app, while Einstein tries to figure out how something that small can hold so much knowledge. The rest of the world would be watching in sheer disbelief, as two of the most brilliant minds of all time fumble over something as basic as a touchscreen. The ultimate irony. They're so far ahead of their time, they can't even comprehend the present. At the end of the day, though, this game show wouldn't just be about who could win a challenge. It would be about the ultimate exchange of ideas, philosophies, and visions of the future. For these great minds, it's not about competing for the prize money. It's about pushing humanity forward, solving the mysteries of the universe, and maybe having a little fun along the way. They might start out fighting for the title of greatest mind ever, but by the end, they'd probably realize that each of them contributed something uniquely valuable to the world. They'd argue, sure, but they'd also inspire one another. Their combined brilliance creating something far beyond what they could have imagined alone. And maybe, just maybe, they'd walk away from that game show not as competitors, but as collaborators, changing the course of history all over again, this time together. So what do you think? Which of these legendary minds would dominate the game show, and who would surprise us all with an unexpected victory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious to hear who you think would come out on top in this epic battle of wits. Until then, stay curious, stay creative, and never stop questioning the universe.